Oftentimes in HR, we have business partners, managers, leaders in our organizations coming to us requesting all kinds of training initiatives that we're not really sure whether or not they're connected to the strategy. We're not sure if it's really going to help. And oftentimes, because we want to be good at customer service in the organization, we will go ahead and say, yes, I can do that, because I want to be a person who meets the needs of the leaders in our organization. And so what happens then if we say yes? Right? What do we sacrifice? One thing is that the team building to help Bob and Sue, is that going to work? Will there be a long-term change in the nature of the relationships in 4 hours? No, I see a lot of heads shaking no, absolutely not. And if Bob and Sue are having trouble, why do we have to pull the whole team in to go through team building, right? If it's just a problem with 1 or 2 people. So, our role is to facilitate a process to help managers, leaders in our organizations to understand what they're asking for, what outcomes they're looking for, and to really run them through a process and a framework that will ensure they get the outcomes they want, not just a short-term sense of satisfaction that they did something, right? So what do we often see? Most training departments, functions, some of you in the room manage HR and training, some of you just focus in training and development for your organizations. But what I often see, and Andrea as well, as we've gone in and helped a lot of organizations, is we see probably one of 3 things. One would be the fad training, what I call fad training. Now I know that all of you in the room could yell one out, but someone picked up a book in the executive team, and they love that book, and they want to do that training in the whole organization. Can anyone say, who moved my cheese? Or the fish stuff? Or, oh yes, so we see many people have done those things. Again, great programs in and of themselves if they're connected back to strategy and back to what the organization is trying to achieve. The second thing I would most often see would be a university concept where there is a platter of options. So all different kinds of courses in different areas. And great, because it's at least something is being done with development, but how do I as an individual in my role, in my area, know which of those platter of options I should select based on the needs that I have from a development perspective, right? So it's good that the university concept is in place, but that certainly makes it a challenge. The third I see is just implementing training when someone asks, not unlike the scenario that we just role modeled to you, and you put something in place short term and other people find out about it and you just start replicating the same thing in every department that asks for it, regardless of what those unique needs are in that specific department or function. Those are all 3 what I would just call myths of effective training. They're myths. They're shadows. They're not things that are going to really impact the organization long term.